All right, Civ 7 fans rejoice. We can finally play the game again. Hey everyone, it's Connor here at Civ House, and I'm here today with a quick little update. We just had patch 1.2.1, patch 1, update 1.1.1, patch 1 come through, fixing the load screen bug. This is an article, I just covered this over on thegamehouse.com. Always got some Civ articles over there if you want to check us out on the website, but it's in reference to this tweet right here. So we're rolling on a small Steam-only patch to address player-reported issues. These changes will hit other platforms with the upcoming update 1.2.2. So right now, this is only for PC players getting this fixed. Building breakdown will now correctly show building yields, and the yield breakdown will now correctly display building icons, which is good. This one's really the big one, though, and that is resolved a reported issue where players could encounter a corrupted loading screen that prevented them from proceeding into gameplay. This is a big one. If you tuned into our live stream, this was a huge issue. It kind of ruined the live stream, honestly. We had gone live to celebrate hitting 1,000 subs, and I was unable to launch a game at all. I'd gotten it to fix where essentially every time I loaded Civ, I was able to verify the game files through Steam, but still, it was a problem. And now, hopefully that problem is fixed. The patch came through on Steam today, and they tweeted this out. So, like I said, this will hit other platforms coming up soon. Not exactly sure when. Right now, we don't know when update 1.2.2 is going to come. We did kind of cover that on the channel already. And that's the one where we're going to get large and huge map types. We're going to get mod support, all of that good stuff. So plenty of big things coming. But honestly, for this one, I have to be critical to a degree here. This is one where obviously I think our live stream was last Thursday. Maybe even been a little longer ago than that. I'm having a hard time remembering. But it's been about 5 days since that update, and players have been unable to play the game. I mean, I know I saw some Reddit threads where several people were unable to get the game to load even after doing the verify Steam files trick. So it's problematic that it took this long. It's good to see it get fixed, but this is one where this was such a core problem. I feel like in a lot of other games I've seen where if a problem like this happens, it's patched within, the same day or sometimes within the hour. I was very surprised to see it take this long. And to be honest, I haven't been playing Civ the past few days because I haven't wanted to mess with it. So good to see it fixed, but definitely need to be critical about the turnaround time on this one. It just is kind of surprising. So yeah, all in all, I wanted to make a video today going over this. It's a big change, and I know players that have probably been like me and not playing the game now may want to hop back into it. Try out the new Pangea map, try out all those things, right? However, I also do want to quickly talk about something else that's going to come across the Civ fan base today, and that's this video from PotatoMcWhiskey. I'm not going to play the video or anything like that, but I just wanted to at least talk about it. It's kind of a tough, not a flattering image of our friend here, so we'll give him a little bit better of a face to look at while we talk. But I have a lot of respect for PotatoMcWhiskey as a personal content creator and obviously as a Civ content creator. And it obviously looks like today that, we were getting some explanation from him as to why things have been the way they have been for him, why the channel, his channel rather, has not been making as much content. And, this title's a little deceptive. This is really just about him and his journey as a content creator and how a lot of the negativity within the fan base has been problematic for him. And he describes a lot this parasocial relationship between the content creator and the viewer and the community. And as someone who's been making content for almost 10 years now, written and video, it was deeply, deeply relatable to watch this video, and honestly was really hard to watch. Because one, it's hard to watch another person struggle, and he clearly is struggling with a lot of different things, mental health and otherwise. But two, it's just hard to watch because it's so relatable. And I remember I covered, not to get into too much of a personal soapbox here, but I covered Overwatch right when it came out as a game. And I remember how toxic that community was towards my articles and videos, even in the early stages, even when the game was pretty new, when a lot of times the community is more excited about a game, right? And that community, essentially, I won't blame the community because that's not fair, but I felt driven away from covering that game because of the way things were received and reacted to, etc. And we have experienced that some at Civ House with Civ 7 content. Like, we've seen, negative comments about the game on our videos, and I'm not calling out people for having those comments. We want to see things unfiltered, and I understand the criticism of the game. Rob and I think, have been pretty openly critical about the game, and trying to be fair as well, balancing being positive with negative, all that. But when it gets to a certain point, trying to, again, relate to what Potato's going through, when it gets to a certain point, it can feel overwhelming, and it can feel like all you're doing is making content for it to be hated. And that is not a fulfilling feeling. It's not a good feeling. So I just wanted to come on and address this. This is, if you're a Civ fan and you're a fan of Civ content creators, you know who PotatoMcWhiskey is. You've probably watched his videos just like I have. Rob and I are huge fans of his, big inspiration for the channel here. He's obviously been doing it a lot longer than we have and in a much larger scale than we've been doing it. But still, it just feels like as a larger Civ community, this feels like a good rallying point to say, yes, we have problems with the game. We're not satisfied maybe with its current state. He made a small point in his video about maybe it should have gone to early access. I think we all have completely fair critiques about the game, but there's also something to be said about enough is enough when it comes to voicing negativity. There's already so much negativity in this world with a lot of different things going on, and when any piece of content about a game is just blasted with negative comments, it can feel daunting to want to keep covering the game, and it just kind of creates this overall negative sense that drives people away. And by the way, we're not talking about our fans here. I actually think our fans and the comments we see in the videos are completely fair. There's a lot of really good balance. We get the occasional just like, hey, Civ 7 sucks, move on, whatever comment. But I actually think we have a really smart audience. I mean, when I look at our comments on our videos, I'm consistently surprised by how much time people take to craft them, how considerate they are of what we're trying to say. Again, this is not like us calling out our community for being negative. It's much more of just, I think this is a good day to reflect about how everyone participates in internet discourse, especially, you're talking about a game, but you're doing it on a creator's channel, so it's kind of like filtered through them. It's kind of like comments towards them, even though it's not. Anyway, much like his video, these are some jumbled thoughts, but I wanted to come on, of course, talk about the update, sure, but also just to say, Potato, we're a small channel. We support you, though. We hope you're getting better. Please take the time to get the help you need. You mentioned those self-care rituals. I myself really practice those as well. I like to take time to go on walks. I work out, do the things that I have to do day to day because I battle with a lot of the same things he described here. So, Potato, thank you for all the content you've made. We hope you're able to keep making it again, but understand if you don't want to or if your plan changes, but just know that you've got fans here at Civ House, both in Rob and I and in our community, so we're here to support you. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it in the description. It's a very raw video. I think it has some trigger warnings, I would say, with suicidal ideation, things like that, but still, I think a good video to watch. So, all in all, like I said, I wanted to come on today because I'm sure some people have not been playing the game because of this bug. It's fixed now, but I also wanted to come on and thank Potato for the video, give my thoughts on it, and yeah, just take a moment to reflect as a content creator in the Civ community. So, thank you all so much for tuning in. Sorry, this was kind of rambly, but I just figured, again, this was a good chance to speak directly to our community that we're very thankful for. And yeah, just take a moment to reflect. So thanks, everyone, for popping in, tuning into this video. And from our house to yours, we hope you'll join us for one more turn. We'll see you next time.